This episode of Co-op is brought to you by Prototype, which is available right now, GoDaddy.com, and Squarespace.
The city is changing, and I'm changing with it. I can be anything. Become anyone. Absorbing every memory until I can remember who I am. And who deserves my wrath?
Welcome to day 3 of Revision 3's E3 live streaming coverage. I'm Jeff Canada from the Totally Rad Show, and I got some special guests with me here today. Paul Bertone from Microsoft and Bungie.
Yep. Hello.
Ready to show us Halo ODST. You're here with Curtis Creamer. Yep. And you are the design director of Halo ODST, right?
That is correct, yep.
And ODST, what does that stand for?
Orbital Drop Shock Trooper.
Which I translate into badass falling from the sky, right?
Absolutely.
And in Halo ODST, you're not playing as Master Chief.
Correct.
You're playing as multiple other characters, is that right?
That is correct, that is correct. You start the game out as the rookie, and then a couple other characters come into the mix.
And is the game more of a mystery, where we're kind of finding out clues
It is, it's a little bit of a mystery, somewhat of a detective story. We sort of wanted to mix it up a little bit.
Great. Well, we actually have a live demo right now. So let's go right to that. I mean, they don't want to hear us talking; they want to hear us playing. So what are we seeing here?
So this is right after the opening cinematic. We've dropped out of the sky, crashed into a side of a building here, and we've been out for 6 hours. We just exited the pod. You saw there's already Covenant patrols in the sky, searching for you. You'll notice that it's very dark. We sort of went for a film noir type look and feel to the game. Some very moody, mysterious music playing in the background. We've changed up some of the game mechanics that you'll be playing with for the ODST. We have a rechargeable stamina that you saw when you fell. Sort of scan lines coming in on the side of the screen, reddening your screen. And that will recharge over time, and then you see Curtis just grab the health pack there to replenish his health. It's going to move forward a little bit here. You notice the city's a little bit dark. We're at night, a little storm going on.
So you said he picked up a health pack, which of course is different than Halo 3. Yes. We're not the Master Chief now. We don't have...
That is correct.
Health
that
is
correct. We got a little bit of a rechargeable stamina. And you see Curtis just turned on his visor mode here. We've replaced what was on the X button in Halo 3 was equipment activation. That is now visor mode. It's a low light intensifier and also a target acquisition system. So you'll notice that the Covenant are outlined here in red. The rest of the world sort of has a slight orange tint outline to it. If you had allies with them, those would be outlined in green. and any important objects in the world are going to get outlined in bright yellow.
And you turn that on and off as you...
You turn that on and off however you see fit. There's no battery, there's no timer on it. It's a very important part to the ODST gameplay.
Very cool.
So Curtis is just going to sort of roam around the city and look for some more Covenant patrols.
Now, we are in New Mombasa right now, is that correct? Yeah. So that's a place we visited in Halo 3.
It is. Very shortly, there was one mission, there was actually a mission in Halo 2 that we visited, and then we quickly left to go to the Delta Halo in Halo 2. So Curtis is using a couple of new weapons we have for ODST. Right here, he's got the sound-suppressed pistol.
That kind of reminds me of the pistol from Halo 1.
Which is a fan favorite. Yeah. We spent a lot of time fine-tuning this pistol. It's got a scope on it. You can fire it as fast as you can pull the trigger. It's got a 12-round clip. You notice he just did a nice, sweet, long-distance headshot.
Oh, yeah.
Fans are going to love that one.
Right, and that will be in multiplayer as well, right?
That will not be on the multiplayer. It will be in Firefight on ODST.
And what Firefight is the co-op, 4-player co-op mode, right?
Yes, Firefight is brand new for ODST, 4-player co-op, System Link or Xbox Live.
And hopefully we'll see a little bit of that after we
yep, sure.
do this.
So Curtis is going to dispatch these Covenant real quick. More aggressive than they've ever been before. We've got some fine targeted AI tweaks that we've made. You'll also notice that as an ODST, you don't have a motion sensor, so you gotta spend a lot more time paying attention to your environment, scanning around, looking around, paying attention to the audio cues to make sure that you're not going to get shot from behind. So we're at a portion now where Curtis has been by himself this whole time. His squad mates crashed somewhere else in the city. But what we have here, in the distance, you sort of hear this telephone ringing. The city superintendent is trying to get in contact with you. The city superintendent, he's the AI that runs the city, the garage trucks, he sends you your telephone bills. Now you've established contact with you. He's a friend, he's a friendly ally. But he doesn't directly contact with you. He's not going to talk in over your visor, he's not going to come in over your helmet or anything like that. But he is going to help you out. So what Curtis just did right now is he just downloaded the Visor database, which is a map of the city.
Awesome.
Fully interactable, fully 3D. So you can zoom all the way in, you can zoom all the way out.
So this looks like much more of an open world environment than we've ever seen in a Halo game before.
It is. So there's sort of two components to the way we're telling the story in ODST. When you're playing as the rookie, you're in New Mombasa, you're at night, it's very dark. Kind of scary, a little bit stealthy, although this isn't a stealth game. Covenant Phantoms patrol in the sky. And you'll see that on the left-hand side up here, we got sort of a list of interesting places that the superintendent thinks, you should go and check out. We got the clue object and the beacon object here. And
so each of these places is a different mission, perhaps, or?
Is a different flashback scene. So you're in New Mombasa, you're playing as the rookie. Once you go to one of these beacons and you search around, you find the clue object and you access it, then you're going to transition back in time and you're going to play through a high-action Halo gameplay segment as a different member of your squad that crashed somewhere else in the city.
Each of these is sort of a puzzle piece to put together what happened.
That is correct. A little bit going towards helping you solve the mystery.
Very cool. And can you do each of those in any order you like? Or
yes, you can. The city is fully open. You can go to anyone you want. You can spend as much time or as little time as you want going from one place to another.
So in a way, you guys have managed to keep the very story-driven idea of Halo, but blowing open the mission structure completely so you can do it in a myriad of different ways. Yeah. Very, very cool.
And so Curtis has a beacon selected. He's also dropped a waypoint. If you look up in your compass, you'll see you got a blue diamond. That's going to help guide you on your way. It's always going to point you in the direction of the beacon that you have selected. And the double triangles and the distance meter, those are always going to point in the direction of the waypoint that you've dropped.
Okay.
So you can always, waypoints we sort of been using as sort of short-term navigation throughout the city to help lead you on your way. And the beacon is just the persistent, this is the scene that I want to go, this is the flashback, I want to go look for this clue object.
Now, can you talk a little bit about weaponry? What kind of, are we going to get Master Chief's weapons? Are we going to get Covenant weapons? What are we looking at?
So we have the full set of weapons from Halo 3, except the battle rifle.
Okay.
We pulled out the battle rifle. But we have added back in this sound suppressed SMG and the sound suppressed pistol.
Very cool. And what about the equipment loadout? So you have the new stuff that was introduced in Halo 3?
The equipment is no longer usable by the ODST, but the Covenant will still use that. They'll still drop the bubble shields and the power drains and stuff like that. So Curtis has just teleported forward a little bit. We were about 1 kilometer away from where this beacon was. So just for the purpose of the demo, we teleported forward. You see that as he walks into the sphere of the beacon, that the HUD starts blinking blue. That's kind of a signal to Curtis that, hey, you're where you want to be, but you still need to turn on your visor mode. You still need to search around a little bit to find the actual clue object that you need to activate in order to transition to that high action Halo flashback scene. So you see here, he's found the remote detonator on the ground. Curtis is going to go ahead and activate that. And now we're going back in time. We're going to play as a different character in the ODST campaign.
Stand by to adjust trajectory. On my mark. We're way off course. We're heading exactly where I need to go.
So each of the characters that you play as, each of them are ODST.
That is correct.
Troops,
They're
yeah.
members of your squad. Yep.
And getting from place to place, are we able to hop into vehicles and do that, or?
So these flashback scenes that we're going to right now, these take full advantage of. I think somebody stepped on the controller.
I think we're back.
Okay. These take full advantage of the Halo sandbox. So this is where you'll find the heavy weapons, the vehicles, the full set of Covenant infantry and vehicle combat coming in. The HUD is a little bit more low-key. It's all about you with a limited set of weapons, scrounging weapons from the Covenant, scrounging grenades from the Covenant.
Interesting. So when you're in the flashback sequences, you're playing in a kind of a different way than you had been playing in the old world.
That is correct, yeah. This is more about powering through. You have a very clear objective. These are more linear-based scenarios.
Such a bold direction to take Halo. I applaud Bungie for continuing to kind of change it up, you know, because you guys could have just retread the same formula over and over and over.
I mean, that was almost an exact conversation that Joe and I had when we first started this. And we're like, you know, we got something a little bit different. Let's just try something different. We haven't had a lot of time to work on ODST, but I think we definitely accomplished way more than we thought we were going to be able to, and we sure are super proud of what we were able to do.
I noticed that. I recognize that big gun, big laser.
Yeah, the Spartan laser.
Yes, indeed.
So sort of one of the design philosophies behind the flashback scenes is they're focused on a particular asset that we feel is like really fun and like iconic in the Halo universe. So this one, you start off with the Spartan laser. You got some wraiths shelling you. We have other missions, you know, where you're going to get the Warthog or you're going to get the Scorpion, and then that mission is sort of all about that particular asset.
And in competitive multiplayer, is there anything new incorporated for ODST?
So for the competitive multiplayer, we actually have a whole separate disc that comes in the package. We have 3 new maps that we're shipping, one of which is Heretic, which is a remake of Midship, an old fan favorite from Halo 2. We also have all the maps we've shipped for Halo 3. So all the original maps that were on the disc, all the DLC maps, so it's kind of a one-stop shop. And then it also has the executable on the disc, so you don't need your Halo 3 disc to play anymore, which is really nice. So you saw Curtis destroyed that bridge there, which if you remember when you were in the city, you saw that the building was destroyed.
Right. So we saw how that happened.
You saw how that happened,
right.
And that was just a short little segment from that sequence.
So are we transitioning now to some of the firefight mode? Is that what's...
We're going to transition to firefight, absolutely.
So firefight, 4 players, cooperative. Tell me what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, you are going to be killing a lot of Covenant.
I like the sound of that.
Or if you're not very good, you're going to die a lot.
So is it analogous to the Horde mode maybe in Gears?
I wouldn't really say it's analogous. We have 4 players in the game. We have a limited pool of lives that they share.
Oh, wow.
So you're going to start out with 7 lives. Anyone
With
dies.
my co-host Dan, he'll suck up all my lives, and I'll be.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. You're going to have to kind of chaperone him around. You're going to have to make sure he doesn't die.
I do that anyway.
Which is fine. You can steal all his kills. You know, he won't get any points, and you can just feel good for kind of running around the map.
So you share a pool of lives. Is it's arena style? Or?
It is an arena style, so you're in a self-contained environment. We picked the best environments from the campaign of ODST, and from the start we designed those for Firefight. So they're really tailored for Firefight. Curtis is going to load up a film right here.
And so do the enemies come in waves? Do they
enemies
just
will come in wave after wave? We decided to go with a wave round set mechanic, so there'll be 5 waves per round and 3 rounds per set. And the reason we did that is because we have the Halo 3 skulls in the mix, and as you progress through rounds in sets, the skulls are going to turn on and off in different patterns. You see right here, we just had Tough Luck turn on. Tough Luck is the skull that allows the AI to avoid danger way better than they could without Tough Luck turned on. So as you play through Firefight, you're going to get random waves of characters spawn in. You see we got 2 phantoms coming in the background back there. You're a little unlucky this time because, unfortunately, they're also dropping off a couple wraiths, which was totally unpredictable and random.
So it is all random. So each time we play, it's going to be completely different.
Yeah, there's definitely a difficulty ramp up from wave 1 to wave 5 until ultimately at wave 5 where we're going to introduce some chieftains. We call that the final wave. We start some nice drum beat music to really ratchet up the intensity, let you know that you're about to get your butt handed to you.
Well, the music in Halo is always one of the best parts of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. So you see here, we just started off with some fodder characters. We got some grunts, we got some jackals. These guys, they're not really going to wait for you to come to attack them. They're just going to rush right up on the hill. They're going to be relentless. Firefight is all about you trying to hold the area. You know, this environment we designed, top of a hill, Covenant get dropped off on the low side, but we have a full suite of environments. Although we're not saying how many we have, they support the full Halo sandbox. So we have Firefight maps with vehicles where we got Warthogs, Covenant dropped off in choppers and ghosts and wraiths and other ones, Banshees flying in.
So are you supporting Forge with the Firefight mode?
Forge is not supported in Firefight mode, but it is fully supported on the campaign disc. The competitive multiplayer disc.
Cool.
We've also revamped campaign scoring. We've added a lot more medals.
Oh,
we have
great.
medal parity with multiplayer now, so we got the full set of multi-kills and killing sprees, death from the grave, and we've added a lot of new medals. The best one that we added, the sort of favorite around the office, is the hero medal. What the hero medal does is when your lives dwindle down to 0 and you have only 1 person left in the game, if you can get through that wave, when you get to the end of the wave, if you're still alive, you're going to bring all your friends back to life. You're going to get the hero medal. And the announcer's going to go, hero. And then you get to drop the controller and raise your hands. And
take a picture with my Xbox Live Vision camera, send it to all my friends.
Yep, for sure.
Amazing. This looks really fantastic. Oh, we're talking 2009?
September 22nd of this year.
September 22nd.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. We're all very proud of it.
This looks like a really bold direction for Halo, and I think everybody's pretty stoked.
That's what we hope.
It looks great.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate you guys giving us a early view of the game.
No problem.
Can't wait to get our hands on it.
No problem. Thanks.
All right.
If you want to make an impact online, GoDaddy.com has what you need. .com names as low as $1.99, plus world-class hosting, fast and easy website builders, and much more. Plus, enter code CO6 when you check out and save an additional 20% off of a 1, 2, or 3-year hosting plan. Some restrictions apply. See site for details and get your piece of the internet at GoDaddy.com.
So, Splinter Cell Conviction. We have only seen it at the press conference so far, and we're big Splinter Cell fans. We really, really, really love Double Agent, and so our mind was blown because we were expecting it to look like what it looked like a year or 2 years ago. To see what it looks like now, very different than before.
Yes.
But I have to say, I was super impressed by what I saw. I think the stuff that you're doing with storytelling and the putting the textures over the buildings and stuff is really a huge step forward, and I'm ready to take a look.
Yeah, let's give it a go.
Thank you.
So I'll turn face this way? Okay.
What's interesting here is this is our interrogation gameplay, right? And because Sam is not working for the government anymore, he's on a personal mission, right? He wants to find out who killed his daughter. So we've developed the interrogation gameplay so that the player can actually be in control of, asking the questions in a very powerful way. And what's cool is here's Julien. He can go wherever he wants. Everything's destructible. We've got contextual animations for everywhere. So it really allows the player to have fun with that, and in the game it's going to be kind of a reward for the player, right?
Right. Because that was the thing, even in Double Agent, you interrogated just by a button press, and that was your only option.
Yeah, well now you see, and now what we're doing also, you're seeing the projected movies, right? So you see it's even projected on Sam and on Gramco's. It's an actual light which fits super well for Splinter Cell, right? And it's our way of telling you the story, while you're in control, right? We're not making a game that you play for 2 minutes and you watch for half an hour cinematic, right? It's gameplay, it's interactivity. We want the players to be in control as much as possible.
Nice.
And now you see transition, right? One of my dreams is to make a game without any cuts.
That would be beautiful.
One complete fluid shot, and that's what we're doing there, right? From the blood of Gramco's, it's blood on the painting, pulled back. And what's cool also is that we're loading while we're doing that, right? So we're hiding the loadings. And on top of that, it's showing the player where he's going to go, where are the enemies, right? And you hear the guy that you interrogated, he's like, Coben is in the mansion, watch out, there's guys on the front, guys on the side, so you're seeing all that, so it's giving you gameplay tips at the same time.
Oh, that's excellent.
So we just saw Sam now breaking the mirror, right? Because he's not working for Third Echelon anymore, right? Well,
doesn't have a snake cam.
Exactly, he doesn't have all the gadgets. So now car mirror under the door, you can look.
That reminds me of this old French film that I saw called Les Trous, which is about these men who are prisoners escaping from prison and using all of the elements in their environment, like toothbrush with a little piece of mirror attached to him to escape from the prison, and you see every step. Exactly. This game really reminds me of that.
Here, projected objectives. Right? And what's super cool with that is, yes, it gives you your objective, but it also tells you where to go. Right? Infiltrate the mansion. It's written in the mansion. Right. So of course Sam now he's as faster and as brutal as ever. You saw throwing that guy down.
Here he goes using his new snake cam.
it's even written right. Objects in mirror. Exactly.
That's funny.
The team in Montreal are just great. They're just having so much fun with that. So here mark and execute, right? One of our big features. You mark and then you get into position. Boom, boom, boom. Super fast, super lethal, super stealth.
So is it automatic? How exactly does it work?
You've got the right button that allows you to mark, and you can mark anytime you want.
Okay.
But you need to earn the ability to execute, and you do that by doing a hand-to-hand kill. Right? So the guy that Julien threw down, that gave him the ability to execute. Now he used it, but he left another guy alive to grab a human shield, boom, execute again. So see bottom right, he's got execute, and now it's gone. Right, because he used it at the window.
Got it.
That's super important for us. Is if you're Sam Fisher, you're the best guy in the world, right? So the best elite agent in the world. So we want you to feel that way. So like mark and execute, it's not just when you're standing. It's when you're standing, you're crouching, you're taking cover, you're on a pipe, you're on a ledge. We want the player to be able to do all that cool stuff anytime he wants. See, on a pipe, super fast, again, the projected movies, the projected objectives. And see, now what we're doing is, the screen is black and white, right, because you're in the shadows. That's a clear feedback. Except the enemies. The enemies are still in color, so that you know where they are. My favorite part of the demo. 2 guys, he doesn't have the execute yet. Death from above, he gains the ability to execute, and then he uses the execute on the 2 guys he had already marked.
Wow.
Right? And then a little bit of shooting, the guys are shooting back. Run away, break line of sight, that's the last known position, right? As soon as you break the line of sight with your enemies, we display automatically last known position. It tells you where the guys are coming from. So now you know where they're focusing, you attract them, boom, kill them super fast. For end-to-end kill, you can execute again, marked, and he executes. So, it's always about staying in the loop, staying in the action. See last known there?
Last known position.
And it really...
Well, in other Splinter Cell games, you would whistle, and then a guy would come, you'd attract him, and then you'd get him. So that's our version of that, but, in the action.
Right. It's almost like you're seeing what's going on inside of Sam's head as the player.
Well, and that's the goal, right? In real life, you're not Sam Fisher, but we want you to feel that way when you play the game.
Yep.
Again, projected objectives, and now you saw it's not just get Coben, it's get Sarah Skiller, As you get closer to him, it gets more personal. EMP grenade turns off the lights, and then hand-to-hand kill. All our end-to-end kills are inspired by Krav Maga. I don't know if you know Krav Maga. No. It's an Israeli defense system.
Okay.
We're working with a guy in Montreal, a master in Montreal, for all the mocap, so it's super realistic. It's super brutal, which fits super well with Sam.
Yeah, nice.
So last scene now, again, the mirror, the guys are flipping the tables.
So do they know he's there, or?
Yeah, you made some noise, right?
Got it.
So now, the thing is, the guys are behind cover, so he has to use the shotgun to execute the cover. Boom, boom, grab the other guy and use the shield. Use him as a shield to get the first guy. Tobin's there in the back. Use this guy to open the window. Go out.
Going out the back way.
Whoa! Tobin, he has a grenade launcher on his gun, so each time there's a last known position, he throws a grenade on. So he's shooting at all the windows, he's waiting, he doesn't know where you're coming from, and of course, Judy has played before, so he knows when to go in.
Yep.
And see, this, again, it's a good example of our intention to have no cuts in the game, right? You saw from in-game, we went to like a, a scripted scene, but, no cuts, always fluid, right? Always keeping you involved.
Best action movies do that too.
Yep. Exactly. And watch this here. We're gonna go from in-game in real time to a movie. But boom, see, the camera's pulling back, satellite view, in third echelon.
Let's bring him home.
And then boom, the logo.
Well done.
Wow. Very well done.
Cool. That's
awesome.
Just great looking.
Thank you.
I think you guys really have a game here that's a step above Double Agent, and Double Agent was one of the best stealth action games ever.
Yeah.
Oh, we're spinning. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, Double Agent was my favorite stealth action game since the Thief series, and it seems like all the things that the Splinter Cell teams have been learning through the various iterations of the game have culminated in Conviction. So I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah, really well done.
Thank you very much.
Thanks again
for
coming by.
Thanks a lot for coming by. We really appreciate
it. Wonderful.
Yeah, it was great to see. Yeah.
It's in the dark though. It's like it hurts my eyes a little bit. It's a bit too bright.
It's a little straining a little.
Oh, too dark, dude. Split the difference.
A little bit in the middle.
Halfway.
Yeah.
That's great.
What's going on?
Okay.
Nice.
Changing the colors. Yeah, Squarespace. Remember, you can change the colors in real time.
Try green. I like green.
Okay, we'll do
Green's
green.
my favorite color.
That's super cool. Do blue.
Oh, that's
all right.
you guys changing the color. That's awesome.
Do you like? I think orange would be really good.
Orange? Really?
Orange bar logo.
Like how about like a olive or a mauve or something?
Yeah, they move up to like a yellow.
Go back.
Sienna.
Dude,
go back.
No,
go forward. Go back.
Nice. Right there.
Go back.
We can make it
over
like a
disco.
like a brighter.
Yeah. Look at the lights. Look at the color.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I can see that. Definitely.
Oh, that's good. Squarespace. Squarespace to change your site in real time. Gary Spot TV look kinda shitty to me until we put it on the Squarespace. Real time changing of your website. Squarespace does it in real time. If you want your website to look like a disco, hit this shit up, baby. You will see it in real time. Squarespace.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, that was good
talk, guys.
Not too bad. I kind of like that color.
Oh, right there. Perfect.
Looks pretty good.
I like it.
All right. Let's do it.